Another day, another failed attempt to create a cinematic universe. For this one, we're going to have to go a little bit further back than usual, because this is not just a film. It's the beginning of the Dark Universe. Assuming, of course, that Warner Brothers doesn't sue them into oblivion regarding the name Dark Universe, which is the working title for an upcoming DCEU movie based on the Justice League Dark comic book series. But back with The Mummy, and we discover that according to an interview on Screen Rant that the original films, ranging from the 20s to the 50s, are still considered canon. Quote, "There is, however, some very cool news for fans of the original films. We asked Kurtzman if there's any chance that the original films might be considered canon. You know what, said Kurtzman, initially hesitant about the answer. I will say absolutely. These movies exist in continuity. This blessing does not extend to either of the Brendan Fraser films, nor does it extend to Dracula Untold, which was supposed to start off the Dark Universe. But that has now been declared an unfilm, meaning that we are getting another Dracula reboot at some point in the future, as well as a threatened Dark Universe film every year, whether we want it or not. The joy." Mind you, I seriously doubt we are getting a sequel out of this mess, because whilst this isn't as unwatchable as, say, King Arthur Legend of the Board, it's still a mess. And just like with Legend of the Board, I have a list of questions that I hope will be addressed in the unmade sequel. I'll start with the easy ones. Does Russell Crowe want a paycheck or to chew the scenery? When did Maximus Decimus Meridius develop such a dad bod? Who decided to call their secret organisation Prodigium instead of not S.H.I.E.L.D.? How can they seemingly have a small army, yet need to be saved by some random bloke off the street? Why is it led by someone they should clearly have dealt with? And why did they clearly show Hyde instead of hinting as to his existence? Watching Jekyll become corrupted over several films would have made for a great solo film where Hyde, armed with all of Not S.H.I.E.L.D's knowledge and resources, becomes an evil influence. How is Not S.H.I.E.L.D. funded? Who decided the best place to base Not S.H.I.E.L.D. was in the Natural History Museum? And when did the Natural History Museum move next to the Houses of Parliament instead of being 15 minutes away by tube in South Kensington? How and why did this film get a 15 rating in the UK? A film like this needs to be 12A, and to my eye was edited accordingly. Why does this film have VFX that look identical to a film that came out 20 years ago? Why is it so dull? How can a film with a $125 million budget look so cheap? How can a film world with almost 80 years of backstory feel as flat as a pancake in every regard? Why do Cruise and Girl act like star-crossed lovers when they have no chemistry? Yeah, Cruise is basically playing the same character he has been for 20 years, so I'll call his mummy character Beethan Bunt, since I can't be bothered to click over to IMDb to find out what it is. In my defence, the filmmakers don't really seem to care, so I don't see why I should. He's not only brought back from the dead after a plane crash that should have turned him into a puddle, and not only is it not explained why he suffered not even a scratch, but it's never explained if he's now turned into Captain Scarlet, or if he's still just a human who got a use once, get out of death free pass. He can certainly take punishment that I'm convinced would have killed anyone not made of rubber. And don't think I didn't spot you nicking the plot device from An American Werewolf in London. I see you, Dark Universe. As to his love interest, Jenny, I'm at a loss for words. Early Bond girls had more character and development than her. She doesn't really advance the plot in any way, shape or form, and yet she and Bunt act like star-crossed lovers? No. No. On to the villain, played by the far too good for this sort of thing Sophie Buella, whose end goal is... Actually, I have no idea. I'll say global destruction with a side order of bringing an evil god into our world, but I'm not entirely sure on that point, and neither does the film seem to be. And exactly what her powers are, well, they seem to involve mind control on people and bugs, control of sand, and, really rocking the rag look? The film doesn't seem to care about her as she takes away from the exposition that's dumped on the audience every other scene. The special effects look no better than they did in the 99 version, in which the characters were better, as was the story, as in the level of enjoyment the baddie's powers were defined and stuck to. I laughed more and cared more, and it didn't feel like a bloated advert for a film series I don't remember asking for. You know what? A plague on this film's house. Just go and watch another version or go see Wonder Woman again. As for this film, just skip it. But what do you guys think? And looking at the film's gross, it looks like we are going to be seeing more Dark Universe films. So are you looking forward to them, or can we just start talking about cinematic universes and not giving film anything good? Comment below, let me know. I'm Daniel, this has been A Dunking. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe.